Hi everyone, hi guys. This is my exposition about English Does Work Level 11. This exposition is about Activity 3 and Evidence 1, Debating Your Way to Victory. This evidence has a name, Debating Your Way to Victory. My theme or my topic is about this is about English. For this reason, my introduction is we are going to debate about what is the better way about learning English. Excuse me for my redundance about this introduction. And yeah, the main idea about this debate is respond or answer this question. What is the best way? Speak or grammar? In this introduction, I try to refer about you have to start in speak or grammar. I don't have any script about that. I just try to speak in English, my a little bit bad English. For this reason, please be patient to me, be patient about my English. Yeah, let's continue. This introduction is about try to respond or try to answer this question, speak or grammar. What is the best way? What is Do you have to start it in grammar or speak? What is the best way? I don't know. I'm gonna try to respond these questions through the one publication published in the jail magazine. I, I read many research about this about this about this theme, and I can find could find I could find uh, this. I don't know, is research. I is looks like a recommendations or advices about different ways you can learn these languages. The question, please, we don't forget, we shouldn't forget what is the main goal about this debate. Now, this debate is the question. The question is speak or grammar. I have tried to find any study about the big questions before. I told you, but this studies is always about the better ways to learn English. I try to find research about, measure specific measures about, I don't know, for example, uh, I had a study, I have a study, I don't know, two groups people, one group learn English through the speech, and the middle of this group study through the grammar. No, I started with this way. No, and it's not really. I don't find about that, and just find different research, different publication and publish. Just refer what is the best way, or different ways you can practice, you can learn these languages. For this reason, to me, I'm gonna catch this information and try to, derivate or try this information, show you this information in after conclude or make my conclusion about this theme, or I'm gonna try to respond that question, or I'm gonna answer this question. But it's my opinion, obviously. After read this an example about the different opinions and this theme, no. Immersion. Well, For this reason, I'm going to explain about these ideas after I'm going to create my argument through the estimate. We will use an investigation in Yale magazine. This is a small publish about it. This publish has, I think that five ways, or now ways is a little bit specific objectives if you want to learn English now. Uh, is must a recommendation or advice. You should make this. You should do this. You should do this if you want to learn English. At least is the main idea now. Immersion. This is a first advice in this publication and this blog. The Yale University, and in USA. And this immersion, no, according to research, immersion is the best ways to learn a new languages. This method requires you fully immerse yourself in target languages environment. This could be achieved by interacting with native speakers, watching and listening to content in target languages, or even living in foreign country for a certain period. Immersion help you you learn a languages quickly since you get to practice speaking and listening to languages daily. Immersion for me explain perfectly what is the main idea. The immersion is a big problem if you live in a Spanish country now. This immersion, get this immersion is so complicated. It's so hard because obviously it's hard because you don't need to use this skill communication if you want anyone, not anything. Excuse me, anything. Why? Why you don't need at least you has different activities at 16 hours per day. It's so hard use these languages like a needs or if you need communicate your ideas, you don't need these languages. For this reason, the immersion for me is it's complicated when you are living in a Spanish country now. But it's the first part in this on this publication or this blog is the first advice now. The two, learning through association. When learning a new language, it's better to associate words with something you already know. For example, let's say you want to learn Spanish. If you know some English, you could associate English words with their Spanish equivalents. This forms a link between words from both languages, making it easier for you to remember them. It looks like the same thing about immersion. You need, associate things with these words now. This
About it.
because you need this immersion. No, please, I need this phone. Where's my phone? This phone. Please, you can find my this phone. You can looking for my phone. Can you help me about it? Yeah. And I don't know. For example, I have this bottle. This bottle in this time is on table on in this desk, and I need you know take this bottle and pick up this bottle on air. Pick up is the action. You can learn through this associate, but it's hard if you are living in a Spanish country now. It's complicated. For this reason, it's necessary, you know, have an imagination about that. No, you create this immersion, you create this association and different words. I don't know. You can see a lion and see, or it's a lion, and your mother languages has a different name, but you can see this image, excuse me, image. When you see this image, you tell you or told yourself, this is a lion. This is association. Associate an image with a, any word, no? Well, this is the second advice in this publication, and let's continue the next advice here. And consistency is key. This is a big problem. Consistency. Consistency is the key. And the publication say us or tell us consistent is key. For me, is the key. Is the key because it's so important. The British Council is this investigation is not here. The British Council is the equal the right and Spanish languages. The British Council say us about what time do you need if you want to a good English or improve or has a average English. The investigation say us or tell us uh, kinda more or less 1,515 hours. You know, if you spend 2 hours per day, you need at least 3 years, almost 3 years, if you use 2 hours per day. It's complicated. I have been studying these languages for many time. It's really so complicated when you try to, change your thoughts now and try to think in English. It's complicated if your mother language is Spanish. For in my case, I have been used my Spanish languages for at least 40 years. It's too much time. It's so much time, and it's so hard when I try to use the other languages with the with through the communication. Well, use these languages with a communication, as communication, like communication. It's complicated now. For this reason, before told you, please be patient to me about my English. My English is not so good, and I need more. Well, I need your understand now your passion. Well, let's continue where my exposition and this slide and sixth slide. And when trying to learn a new language, consistency is vital. It's a better spend 30 minutes studying every day than to spend 4 hours once a week. Consistency helps you learn the languages faster and also helps you keep the thing you have learning in your mind. The more consistent you are, the quicker you will become fluent in the languages you are trying to learn. Apps, websites, online courses can help you maintain consistency in learning. For example, you could take an online Spanish course and learn something new every day, even you only have 10 minutes some day. In my case or my experience, I have used many ways about this learning. No, I have been watching YouTube channels in English. My favorite channel is English 101. For me, it's incredible. It's my first experience about listening. After use other tools with Netflix. Netflix is a good tool about learn listening in any with any with any languages is not just English. You can use this platform or stream platform, uh, like tool about listening. No apps. I have used different apps. Use Duolingo. When I started, no, I started this journey in my school when I see, English classes. It's bilingual, you know, and in my case, my country is Colombia. Here are different schools are our bilingual school. You can practice your English here. You can learn English here. It's not the same. It's your own journey, your own practice. It's a skill. You have to practice every day if you want to improve your English. And well, let's continue. And where is hard? And there was in here. And read complete this. And well, I have used other app. I love so much this app is Else Speak. Else Speak to me is incredible. It's so incredible. I love so much Else Speak. Else Speak is about pronunciation. I love so much. I have been used this platform or this app for at least 1 year. It's incredible. Your pronunciation improves so much. You can practice every day. Sometimes it's frustrating, you know, because I have to repeat at least 50 times the same sentence and repeat and repeat and repeat. But uh, after many time is you feel so proud you about this. Yeah, it's incredible. I love so much this app. At the beginning, was cheap, and this time is so expensive. I can't pay for that. And this time, you know, financial responsibilities about me. Responsibilities about parent or as a father. To me, it's complicated. Um, Immersion, learning through association, consistency is key for advice now in this publication, and choose the right method. Right. I know, man. Right method for you. This is when I refer a journey is this. You prepare your mind to different ways now. It's not just a way. You can use different methods. This magazine refer about that. You have to choose. Test different ways, try to prove this, and practice for many time. But in on this method now, what method is better to you? I don't know. I don't know. It's complicated, but you have to try, or at least try. Choose that right method for you. When learning a language, you must figure out what approach works best for you. Some people learn best through group classes, while others prefer individual classes. In my case, use a friends group. This friends group also try to learn these languages, and practicing between us, among us, try to use this platform like a tool, like a learning tool, and it's a good way. It's a good practice to me. This exercise is good. It's every day. I try to practice with this group all every day, all the time. No, but at least 1 hour. It's not 1 hour exactly. Just any voices messages and through the day. Some people prefer use books and apps, while others prefer immersing themselves in the languages. Trial and error is the best way to find that method suits your best and what you are most comfortable with. Yeah, as I told you about that, it's not a it's not a surprise about it. Yeah, practicing as the same is you can find immersion, you can create this environment, you can create different ways about association your different words is it's not important if you don't practice. You have to practice every day. In this case, I'm gonna try to finish this course now, but uh, the practice is the key. The practice, the consistency is the key. It's the only way. It's a skill. The only way if you improve any skill is to practice. You have to practice every day. My experience, in my opinion, these languages in specific has 4 skills. What is the difference about the Spanish? Your writing sounds equal the listening. Yeah. In English, not. In English is this form you can write, and this form you can pronounce these words. For this reason, it's necessary practice any skills for a part not, but you need a specific way for each each skill and these languages. For example, reading, you have to, I don't know, you can read different publications. It's not necessarily literature. You can practice reading, or I don't know, video games books or comic books in English. It's not important. The most important thing here is practice. Writing use many time different platforms, Discord, use WhatsApp. Grammarly help you so much in this skill. Obviously, study grammar courses like this Sena courses. Listening, Netflix to me is a good tool about listening. And obviously, if you want to speak with other people in other countries, but these countries is not a Anglo countries, you can, for example, India. India has own languages, but try to practice this Indonesia people and tell me. Obviously, their English is different, no? It's not a U.S. pronunciation or United Kingdom pronunciation, Australian pronunciation. Not, but you can practice with this. Obviously, through the stream, no? Speaking is so hard. In my experience, I started with this skill, speak alone. My first experience was describe any action. When I was in my job, try to describe my actions. Was my first experience, my first step, and this skill. No, was my first step. At the beginning, it's hard, but I feel so great when you can at least describe your actions, no, and your mind, no. It's not your mind. You have to practice your pronunciation. For this reason, you have to use your mouth movements. It's necessary. Practice your mouth movements. For example, think. If you want to pronounce this word, use your mouth between your teeth. Think, think. As Elsa speak, this app helped me about it so much, man. It's incredible, really. I recommend many times this app. Really, it's incredible. My conclusion. My conclusion about this big question is not. For me, it's not the best way speech, because if you want to learn English through the speech, you need has at least two conditions or one condition about these conditions. For me, the better way is grammar. Is if you're not a native speaker or you are not living in Anglo country, if you don't, if you was born in Anglo country, you can learn these languages through the speech. But is not born, is if you once born, wasn't born in a Spanish country, for example, to me, no, no, it's not a good way. You never get this total immersion. Is complicated. For this reason, my if you leave the level 0 in English, you have to learn grammar, at least at the beginning. After you leave this level 0, you can practice through the speech, through the grammar, and obviously today there are many YouTubers or many influencers in English, or they try to speak about this learning, this journey, and everyone has different keys, different advices. But my conclusion about this is the first step, if you are not, excuse me, is at least a little bit sick. I don't know. My nose bothered me. Well, let's continue. And for me, and my conclusion, if you leave this level 0, you have to practice with grammar, words. You have to learn different words, associate image with animals or colors or actions. Yeah, obviously the first step is is grammar. For me, is the best way when you have a good level or intermediate level. You can practice with speech, well, or through the speech. But in my conclusion, the best way is grammar. This is my opinion. This is my estimate about that. And I appreciate that your time, professor, teacher, I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoy this exposition. And excuse me for my, um, you know, it's a little bit late send this video, but I have been so busy in my work, and it's not just work. Has two children is so hard, but I need this these degrees about English. For this reason, use this platform and try to finish these courses. And thanks for your time. Thanks for your passion. I love so much make this exposition or do this exposition, make these sliders I love so much, and thanks for your time. And I hope you enjoy my exposition. Thank you. Um, see you later. Have a good day. Have a nice day.